Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Arsenal Aura. Welcome back to the Premier League. It's currently halftime at Old Trafford. Arsenal are leading 1-0. They've scored in the 30th minute through Calafiori from a corner kick. It was an interesting first 45 minutes. Let me share some thoughts on that first half. Something obvious was that Arsenal looked a little bit sloppy defensively. Is that a good word or a good way to put it? Maybe there's still, maybe it's that first game syndrome or whatever it is. But they looked a little bit, I don't know, dizzy or something. They kind of made some misplaced passes, some weird decision making. And even though there was a little bit of pressure from Manchester United, I thought that a lot of when they got forward, a lot of our players just kicked the ball long. It didn't actually matter the minute or the moment. They just hoofed it. So I don't know if it's good or if it's something tactical or they just wanted to get it off a dangerous area. I think Odegaard looked really, really well. He looked lively. He had nice footwork a couple of times. He had a good, decent shot. Some nice interplay and everything else. Zubimendi got elbowed in the second minute or something similar by none the less than Mbuemo. So, there were a couple of comments or the commentary that mentioned, welcome to the Premier League, Zubimendi, haha. I get it. It's the Premier League. It's tougher than La Liga, but a fall is still a fall, and a yellow card is still a yellow card. There was absolutely no intention to play the ball there. Like, he just got elbowed in the face straight up, no questions asked. I don't know. It was weird. I think, every time Manchester United got the ball or he got touched or, he got a free kick. And I think Arsenal got the first free kick in the 70th minute or something like that. The first free kick from a fall, which is, it's a little bit weird. I don't know. I don't want to make this about the refereeing because we don't have very high expectations after the absolute circus that we saw from PGMOL last season. I think Martinelli, from the two wingers, Martinelli and Saka, he was a little bit more lively and more visible, if you will. Saka had a couple of moments. Martinelli got a little bit more involved, even in the defensive side. He got in various places, more central areas, and on the left and whatever else. But what I think, from my first 11, from my Man United preview, I saw Calafiori play that left back instead of Miles Lewis-Kelly. That one I got it wrong. So I think it was a good decision, not only because Calafiori scored, but because we saw nice overlapping from Calafiori, and he got in a couple of central areas as well. He also got a yellow card, and rightfully so, towards the end of the first half. But his interplay, the fact that he helps Martinelli, giving him another asset on the outside or overlapping or something like that, helps a little bit on the left-hand side. Curious to see what's going to happen in the second half. I think we need to be a little bit more focused defensively. because it wasn't good. This is not a good Man United team, and they more than once they got too easy, close to Raya's goal, and they created some dangerous moments out of nothing. So we shouldn't do that. We should be a little bit more defensively sturdy. But yeah, hopefully this 45 minutes, they'll start, getting back into the Premier League rhythm and everything else. And by the way, after Zubimendi got elbowed in the face, he was like, okay, if this is how we play in the Premier League. He had like a more tough kind of tackle, sort of. And the Man United player got a fault, and Zubimendi was like, I don't know how you want me to play, like I get elbowed in the face, nothing is given. Then I try to get, more physical for the Premier League, and it's a foul. So let's see what happens in the second half. I don't think Arsenal played badly. I think Gyokeres was strong. I think it was a good decision to start him. He's definitely strong. He still needs to work a little bit on his decision making, and you can see he still needs to find those link up plays and connections and whatever else, which is kind of the Arsenal way. But I think he showed strength, he showed determination, he showed nice pressing. He got into some good positions. Hopefully, I hope that in the next 20-25 minutes he'll maybe get a goal. Yeah, but let's see. Yeah, I'll come back after the game is finished with the second half and full-time thoughts and opinions. Thank you, guys. See you after the game. Manchester United 0, Arsenal 1. How much do I care about the performance? Not so much. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't the most scintillating performance we could have had. In the second half, we were still defensively all over the place. Maybe I think we offered Manchester United much more than what they offered themselves. We gave them a hand in kind of showing that they're maybe a little bit dangerous. So I think this was a decent performance. It was very important to start in a good way. We got the 3 points. We all know we have a tough start to the Premier League this season. So we have to gather as many points as possible at the beginning, especially since Liverpool, Manchester City, they got off to flying starts. It was also important. So a win is a win. We got to see Mikel Arteta do all 5 substitutes in the second half, starting with the 60th minute. Both our left backs, Miles Lewis-Kelly and Calafiori, they got yellow cards. I think it was maybe I don't know if he substituted Calafiori because of the yellow card, but I think Miles Lewis-Kelly against Diallo, Diallo being a little bit tricky and faster, was not maybe the most inspired decision, but it turned out well. I think Zubimendi was player of the game, man of the match for me. His first Premier League start, and he looked absolutely comfortable on the ball, metronomic passes. He had the tempo going very well. I'm really happy that we got to a winning start. This is pretty right after the match finished, so it's a pretty raw reaction to that. Really happy for the win, for the 3 points, and we move on to the next one, which will be next Saturday at home at the Emirates, the first game at the Emirates against Leeds. Gyokeres in the first half, he looked good, he looked strong, but he still needs to find those connections with his teammates. And everybody was thinking that it's going to take a little bit of time to adapt. He needs to adapt to Arsenal style, and Arsenal need to adapt to a striker, to playing with a classical number 9. So I think all in all, good performance. Defensively, a little bit shaky, but let's hope it's some rust and we can get it off our system in the next game at home. And yeah, I'll be back next week with a podcast, a little longer one. We'll touch in the Premier League start, some other games, and maybe a little bit of a more in-depth analysis on this one. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Kindly like, share, subscribe, comment, whatever you want. It really helps the channel. So thank you so much. I wish an excellent rest of a Sunday for you guys, and talk to you in a couple of days. All the best, guys. Cheers.